Nope.
All right. Kevin accusing the problem. Blame you. There we go. I like blaming him. Are we live yet?
We're live on YouTube, but we're not yet live on your channel. Let me, I got something to do here first.
Frank says he's calling Oliver. Yeah, I don't know. We are not finding the root cause. But when you guys weren't here, it wasn't happening. So there. Alrighty then. Yes, it's your fault. By the way, we have a seriously all-girl show today. Debating whether to mention that. We've got me and Dorothy and Sandy and Denise running the show today.
Okay, we are live on podfeet.com.
Podfeet.com live. Can you guys see us? You should mention it, Elliot.
You got to do a refresh if you're at podfeet.com, guys.
All right. Should I go back to my real camera?
Sure.
All right, we're back on my real camera.
So
we've been flipping cameras.
Apologies to everyone. We know the video is jumpy and I just lost Alice.
I'm gone. Yeah. You want to reconnect to me? That happened when I switched cameras.
All right. There we go. You are
all right. We're having fun now. This is janky as all get out. We have nothing consistent going on. Well, I am going to take roll call. And, I think I'm going to do roll call from the live show first and then pick up anybody I missed over in the sidebar. We have Brett and Kevin and Elliot and Eric and Jenkius, who could be somebody new, or it could be Guy. You never know when it's an interesting name. Jenkius, are you new here or are you Guy in disguise? And we've got Rick and Sandy and Steve. You are new. Well, welcome to the live show. We are having interesting technical difficulties with my video. And, what we could do one of these days, Steve, is try it with my old Mac. Because I'm going to have to, I got to bring this thing in anyway. It's got all kinds of problems. I have the double key problem and a failing battery in this MacBook Pro. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So Jenkius, welcome aboard. Have you got a real name you want to tell us? Or, Marty.
Marty met us at MacStock. Hey, Marty.
Okay. If you met me at MacStock, then I absolutely told you I'm terrible at names and can't remember anybody. Right? So hum a few more bars. Because, Jensius.
Ah, Jensius.
Okay.
Welcome,
Jensius. Yeah, remind me of what we might have talked about. Because I'm terrible at names.
Or Jensius, if you care to share your Twitter handle, that helps as well in identification.
Steve has a magic decoder ring for me where when I go, hi, and then Steve will say, Marty, his name's Marty. And that way I can pick it right back up. Okay. All right. We have a lot of recorded content, so this is going to be... Oh, I only listed out the live show people who are in the voice channel, but I know Dorothy's here. And let's see. Go for Tech is here.
Oh, Jensius on Twitter.
Go for Jensius on Twitter. There we go. Oh, so Frank recommended a podcast to us. Nobody listens to Paula Poundstone. Back in the day, Paula Poundstone was one of my favorite comedians, and she does this podcast that she is hilarious. First of all, it is absolutely not safe for work, and she has liberal political views. So if that would bother you, you don't want to listen to her. But if you're okay with the potty mouth liberal, she is absolutely hilarious. I forget the name of her co-host, but the two of them is just... It's magic. It is so funny. I love it. Let's see. I see John is in the house. Did I pick up Rose? Well, phrasing. I'm going to definitely say hi to Rose. Rush might be here. Terry Vogue is here from the Netherlands. I think we have more people we know from the Netherlands now than almost any other country. Definitely more Netherlands than Canadians, by the way, which I find fascinating. Must be a high-tech country, right?
Oh, And you should let Frank know what we're drinking. I don't know if he caught on the first time.
Oh, sorry. We're drinking Tanqueray and tonics. I'm drinking them like Max Headroom.
Yes, you are. You're doing
Maybe
a great
just
Max
pipe
Headroom.
Max Headroom in.
Yes. If I could go find a good GIF. Audio is weird on Discord. Is that for both of us, Brett, or just Allison?
I'm just weird today.
Just Allison. Okay.
Oh, is Zoe here today? That's awesome. You know what? I'm gonna let me stop audio hijack and start it again. 1 second.
How did your CPU look?
Okay, now how is I sounding? That's the thing. My CPU never seems to be all that annoyed, except asking. Okay, that's better, huh? So it is slow to ask. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's something on my Mac. So now I'm hitting about 83%, I'm going to call it.
Okay.
50, 80, 85%.
How about 50?
Now it's scratchy again. So you're running all the video sources.
Yeah.
I need a new MacBook Pro.
Yes, you do.
Maybe we're just going to have this until I heard it's October for the 16-inch MacBook Pros. So maybe that's what I'm going to get next.
Something's coming up, some holiday or anniversary or something that we could dedicate that to.
Amazing this all done on one Mac, maybe a hardware audio mixer, multiple Macs would make this so much easier. Well, Eric, actually, let's see. Oh yeah, Marty wants one. We all need one. I have a page called the live show setup, I think it's called. And you can see how many different things we are running. We're actually running, most of the video is through Steve's Mac, a 27-inch iMac, a fairly late model. So yeah, Steve needs a new Mac Pro. Sell the Tesla.
Thanks,
okay,
Devin.
This is great. Sandy says, same place as mine, Frank. When Frank said, curses, where's my TNT? Steve is finding a video, Allison, nearly unwatchable, and her lighting is very bright. Well, I can fix the brighting.
I don't think
that braiding.
It won't
Actually,
fix
let
the
me quit
Headroom,
webcam settings just for fun, though.
Sure.
Just because that's easy to quit. Okay, that should have affected my video, but it doesn't appear to have made any effect, did it?
Mm-mm. Boy, you can.
I don't know. We've changed video source. My audio is bad. This is great.
Oh, Eric changed.
I did it. I was
maybe
just turning it back on.
Could be the delay I'm seeing.
Oh my god!
We could have like a 1
minute
minute
delay.
This is
terrible.
Hey,
actually,
clap your hands for me just so I get a sync. Oh, wait a minute. Talk.
Hello.
Hey, you almost are back in sync. Keep talking.
That's interesting.
Interesting. What did you
change?
Is
it going to start delaying? I turned off webcam settings and turned it back on again. Is it better?
Better. It's still a bit of a delay.
That's not bad, though.
It's better than it was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is 10 after. I should probably start a show.
Probably should. Oh, thank you, Rush. Is it a GIF?
All right, there. Yes, it is.
All right. All right, Rush.
Yes, I turned a blue hue. We're going to stick with blue because it's a little bit better.
Blue is better than glitching. We only need one Max Headroom tonight. We don't need a second. That is great.
All right, we will get this figured out. Maybe in October. We'll see. I think it's time I start recording, Steve. What do you think?
Yes, let's do that.
Let me move this off me just a little bit. 1 second. Picking up a little bit of sound from my awesome fan. God, I love that fan. This is the best purchase ever. Okay. Mute yourself, Steve, or I'll try muting you, see if that works. No, this week I can't mute you. Mute. Oh, now okay, now I love this. The video I see is me in the upper right, Steve in the lower right, and Max Headroom in the upper left. Oh, he scrolled off screen.
I'm muting now.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan. Okay. Sorry, the audio wasn't at the right spot. After all that. Okay, here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. a Technology Geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, August 18th, 2019, and this is show number 745. Well, before we get started, I hate to tell you guys this, but I have to confess that I'm going on yet another little tiny vacation. We're going to Michigan to hang out with my uncle and my cousins. You see, my cousin Dory keeps posting photos on Facebook of her bare feet sticking up out of the end of a kayak floating down a river. So I wrote to her and I said, I want to come to Michigan and do that with you. Now it's interesting. I have only seen this group of cousins and uncle once before as an adult, but they're all hilarious. It was, I think we decided 14 years ago was the last time I saw them, and the time before that I was a child. So I don't know these cousins very well, but they're all super fun. And I don't know. I think I'm like a movie star coming from California to Flint, Michigan. Anyway, set your jokes aside. Now, why do you care that I'm going to float down a river with my cousin? Well, that's because the trip will span either side of next weekend. That means the NosillaCast will be late. It will take place, but it will be late. Now, I've given you a few of them early in the past year, so I think I have some credit banked here. If I do the show on Tuesday instead of Sunday, Bart can do a security bits with me that day, so it will be a great full show. But that means there will be no live show on Sunday, August 25th. Okay, hear that live show, folks? You see, they don't pay very much attention to me all the time, so I have to wake them up sometimes. So listen to me, guys. No live show next Sunday. Well, we've got an awesome show this week. It is what I'm calling an all-girls show because I've got a great recording from Dorothy, also known as Mac Lurker. And I've got, let's see, Chit Chat Across the Pond was with Sandy Foster. And I've got a segment in this show with Denise, who's been gone for a really long time, Denise Deverell. So it's going to be a whole bunch of fun this week. But before I get into that, I did have the great pleasure of being on the Clockwise podcast this week. It was hosted by Micah Sargent and returning host emeritus Jason Snell because Dan Morin was out this week. The other guest was Ant Pruitt from Tech Republic. If you haven't ever listened to Clockwise, they have an unusual and delightful format. They cover 4 tech topics in exactly 30 minutes. I don't mean 29, I don't mean 31. It is 30 minutes. The way it works is each guest lobs up a topic and the other 3 answer, and each of us only gets like 2 to 3 minutes to answer the question. This show is crisp, well thought out, and lots of fun to listen to. This week, we talked about the books we wish would be made into a television series. We talk about whether or not we use online delivery services. And then my question, which of course was awesome, my question was whether each of us is a fanatic about clipboard managers or whether we don't see what all the fuss is about. I love the answers because I got the full spectrum on that one. You can find this episode of Clockwise at relay.fm/clockwise, and it's episode number 307. All right. I'll put a chapter mark for Clockwise. What do you think?
That's a good idea.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, look, it wants me to save.
Don't drink the water.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
yeah. We thought about that. Gopher Tech. What is your name again? Hold on.
I don't know what Gopher Tech's name is.
Roger.
Roger. Hey, I got a question.
And Gensius is Marty.
Yes.
Oh, he may
that
have
I
said
caught.
It. Okay.
Yeah. Wow, my system is slow. I think this is it's something with my system, Steve.
But what could it be? It's not just CPU. There's something else going on, I think. Some interaction.
Crap. It's cramped up.
Yeah.
Crap. All right. This is cool. Hindenburg's hanging. Okay. It got better. All right. Let's see. Well, we've got an awesome show this week. It is what I'm calling this week. It was hosted by Mike. But before I get into that, okay, let me do. Ooh, I got to remember my chapter mark thing. Copy link. What is Steve doing? Oh,
that's right. You have a new chapter mark. Was it shortcut or what is it?
Yeah. Clockwise 307. I'm actually not going to do it because there's a reason. And then I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to use number 1. Ah, come on.
Let me show.
No.
Is that working? We'll blow it up.
Well, I'm not using the full one. I've been Okay, stop that. There we go. Okay.
That work?
All right. Yes. And now I got to do Sandy's chapter mark. Sandy and I had so much fun. We talked about how annoying it is to be the next person up to talk when Alistair Jenks has been talking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can you even imagine? I mean, think about your own voice, and then think about being on next right after Alistair.
Wasn't he
It's hideous.
Wasn't he a DJ at one point or on a radio station? Maybe it's just the
don't think he
podcast.
was. Well, that didn't work at all.
Well, something went in there. A lot of websites. Those are
Nothing even.
URL.
None of
there.
that's right. Number 605, Sandy. CCADP. Number 6. I don't know what's the difference between these two things. Do you guys, anybody know? I do all this work to set up these 3 different things, and let's see. I want. Oh, that's the problem. Never mind. Copy link. I don't know. We're just gonna wing it along here. Okay. We've screwed around enough.
Yes, you have.
All right. All right. Shh, you hush. Okay, here we go. In ChitChat Across the Pond, I didn't already talk about ChitChat. I said something about Sandy being on it, didn't I? Oh, well. I'll wing it. I mentioned that this was an all-girls show. Hang on. I am getting delays in starting the recording. That's fun. Not. I mentioned this was an all-girls show. Well, in Chit Chat Across the Pond this week, I asked Sandy Foster, also known as Mac Quilter on Twitter, and simply Sandy in the live chat room and in our Slack group, to come on the show to talk about why she bought a specific model of car just to get CarPlay. Now, the thing is, everybody keeps telling me how awesome CarPlay is, and not having gotten to really play with it very much, I hadn't really gotten a feel for why people love it so much. And I'm not just talking about Apple fan people. I'm talking about normal people keep telling me, oh, CarPlay, it's the best thing ever. Anyway, Sandy walks through how it works on her new Prius Prime, which is the only 2020 model of Prius that has CarPlay. We move from CarPlay into talking about the cool tech her new car has, and there's a surprise technology available in that Prius Prime that's really innovative, and we get into that. Now, I thought about calling this episode Two Chicks Talk Cars, or maybe Two Grandmas Talk Cars, but I'll go with Chit Chat Across the Pond, episode 605, Sandy Foster on CarPlay and Prius Prime Tech. And you can find that in your full Chit Chat Across the Pond feed or under Chit Chat Across the Pond Lite. And as always, you can listen over at podfeet.com. Now, let's start out with a fascinating tech journey that Dorothy, also known as @MacLurker on Twitter and MacLurker in the Slack chat room and everywhere in the Discord chat room. Anyway, she started this interesting tech journey, and I'd like to have her tell you all about it. All right. Stop. All right, you can chat.
So is that another chapter mark that you need to insert, or 2?
It is, but I got to decide where. This episode, Two Chicks Talk Cars, and you can find that in your full Chit Chat Across the Pond. You guys like that? Two Grandmas Talk Cars?
Talk Cars. Like it.
Yeah. Okay, so if I do, I'm supposed to be able to copy link and then copy and then come up here. And now I'm supposed to be able to hit all these keys.
Oh,
nope.
Let me show it.
Nope, it didn't work.
Huh. What has changed?
Everything. I don't know why it didn't work. Nope. Copy. No, come on. Copy. Enter. Paste. Paste. There we go. Oh, come on. Ugh, it deleted the other one. Okay. I'm not going to mess with it. We're going to listen to Dorothy. Oops. No. Don't do that. Oh, I have a question. Is who's the person in the live chat room right now who has tech in their name? Is that person also? Yeah, go
Roger.
for tech. Are you also tech in the Slack group? Because there's somebody who just goes by tech.
Oh, is Go for Tech in the Slack room?
Yes, that's my question.
He's not in the. Well, I guess he's listening to the show, hopefully. So.
And that's Roger?
I believe so.
All right, let's give Dorothy a little bit of a listen here. And I'd like to have her tell you all about it.
Hello, NosillaCastaways.
Whoa. That does not sound right. That sounds like she's in an echo chamber. I'm going to mess around with this in Audacity. Does that sound funny to you guys?
Sound a little
Yeah.
echoey.
A little bit. Here, I'll keep playing it.
This is Mac Lurker, also known as Dorothy, Allison's gym buddy. For a long time, I've been wanting to change my primary email service and name. I've had it for years and years. It's long since been sold into the dark web. It's time to wipe the slate clean and start over. Except that I can't really do that without some serious consequences, which requires some equally serious planning. In Security Bits of July 14th, Bart mentions a list of alternatives to all.
I'm going to let you guys listen to the content because the content's still there, but I'm going to figure out what's going on with the audio. So I'm going to let that play.
Google products, including 10 secure emails from TechSpot. This inspired me to finally tackle the problem of moving my banking, credit card, government communications to somewhere safer. Sadly, for you, the listener, this presentation does not include a definitive answer or even a process. All that is months ahead of me. And one size does not fit all. But I need a plan and wanted to consider my process in developing that plan. Hopefully, we'll help you guys know what to consider in selecting a secure email and making the move. So, what is the problem to be solved? This is a big problem. It breaks down into multiple subproblems. First, how to select a secure email provider. Each provider has its own pros and cons. Which of these is essential and deal-breaking and which is not? Second, once a secure email is selected, how should it be evaluated? Is there a free trial? Is the time period of evaluation long enough to be valid? Which criteria are important to me? Third, how to transition from an email that I've used for decades and that's embedded everywhere to something else. This is the biggie. Every login that takes an email address, which is pretty much all of them, will have to be investigated. I can guarantee, per Murphy, that each login's change process will be unique and require research. Some logins take an email address as a username. Can I change my email without changing the username? All unknown right now. Fourth, which logins will be transferred to the new email or emails? Which are the crown jewels, as Bart would say, and need extra security and privacy? And which really don't matter? And I need to decide if I will give up my current email or emails. Which are the...
Okay, I'm taking some of the noise out while in the background here, but I feel like I've got like some weird audio effect turned on.
Had you heard this? Had you heard this before and it sounded different?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I listened to it. I'm going to open it just in QuickTime and just see if it sounds different. I feel like it's like a reverb's gotten turned on. I'm going to separately open this in QuickTime, and only I will be able to hear it. Let me listen. Actually, it is fairly echoey. It is more echoey than.
Had you heard it with headphones on before?
I might not have.
That makes a difference.
So I'm going to actually, let me listen to this here. Sorry.
Hello, NosillaCastaways.
Okay, stop. Yeah, it is still going to be echoey because it's the source is echoey. Is nobody talking? Okay, let's see. Well, this is what it's going to be. No need to listen to this again. All right, so file, export. I'm going to get rid of the noise. Audio. Yeah, the echoey thing is using would be to use a real mic. It's I think was this internal
Internal mics do sound that way. The mic on the Mac.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you did it with a regular mic.
Samsung. That's
It is the
surprising.
Samsung. Interesting. Well, let's see. I'm going to delete that, believe it or not, and we're going to go back in, and so this will have less noise on it, but I don't know how to make it less echoey. It doesn't actually sound like it's the Samsung. It sounds like it's
it sounds like room echo. I think Frank.
Yeah.
Frank has it right.
I mean, it's clear. Okay, let's hear. So this is without the noise. And I'd like to have her tell you all about it.
Hello, Nosilla castaways. This is Mac Lurker, also known as Dorothy, Allison's gym buddy.
All right. So that is good. Okay. All right, here we go.
But I'll leave that for another day. If you have any questions, corrections, clarifications, or comments, you can address them to me, Mac Lurker, in Slack. Thank you.
Well, I think this is going to be fun watching Dorothy do this, watching her just send in a madness as she checks all of the different ISPs and different options and the way they work. The fun part for me is I get to see and hear this sausage get made on the ellipticals every other day at the gym. So this will be fun to see what she comes up with. It should be pretty interesting. Again, she's pretty active in our Slack group over at podfeed.com/Slack. And like she says, you can find her at MacLurker. All right. So now we're actually going to have some content from me. How exciting. We're not going to have as much content as I thought we would because I got that great recording with Denise. Oh, it's so much fun. All right.
You got a chapter mark in there?
Nope.
Kevin's on top
Got
of things.
That? All right.
Let's see how this chapter mark thing works.
It's not going to work. I don't know what the story is. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to copy that. No, I'm supposed to do a right click, copy link, and then a copy, and hit there. And I'm supposed to hit all these keys. Oh, it worked. Yeah. I did it right. Yeah. Yay! Maybe I hit something wrong the last time. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. That's one thing I don't have to go figure out. Yeah, my machine is absolutely slow right now. Oh, do I have? Oh, good. I have it. So this whole story is about my iPhone case. This may be too bright for you guys to see, but see how these big chunks are falling off? These big chunks falling off the side of my case here. I don't know if you could see it with max headroom helping. Oh, it looks like a weird glowing thing. Anyway, there's good pictures in the show notes. I'm sure Steve will put them in. All right, here we go. Okay, mute yourself, Steve, if you would, please. You know, I'm a huge believer in AppleCare and that it has saved me more times than I can count. Who could forget the 5 12.9-inch iPad Pros and 4 keyboards Apple replaced for me? In all cases, I haven't had to pitch any kind of fit to get them to honor the warranty when it's obvious that the devices weren't working properly. No stomping of my tiny little foot was required. But recently I did have a problem with Apple. I bought the silicone case for my iPhone XS last year when the phones first came out. It's a lovely salmon color, and the feel of it was so soft and lovely, and yet had just enough friction that the phone would never slip out of my hand. After about 6 months, though, the case started to feel kind of sticky on the edges. I didn't remember eating pancakes with syrup around it, but just in case, I carefully washed it with mild soap and water and let it dry out, and yet it still felt sticky. The good news is that Apple has a 1-year warranty on their iPhone cases. They'll tell you that. Just ask them. I took it into the local Apple store and I asked for a replacement. I was told I had to have a Genius Bar appointment to get it replaced, but that they could slip me into the schedule in just a few minutes. Apparently, nobody else could grab the case and tell that it was sticky. Anyway, the genius verified with his own hands that it was sticky, but that he didn't think that counted as a reason to replace it. I asked for a manager. She held the phone case in her hand and denied that it was sticky. I used everything in my power to convince her that it was, but she was having none of it. She said if it was actually peeling apart, I could then get it replaced, but not for this imaginary stickiness. Angrily, I went home and started searching for similar replacements, but I wasn't able to find anything I liked that was as thin as the Apple case and still had enough of a ledge above the glass to provide a bit of protection for a fall. I guess I was going to have to live with my sticky iPhone case. Fast forward a few months, and the Apple case has now started to completely fall apart. It's cracked in the upper two corners, and the bottom right and left sides are peeling apart. Well, I guess now the manager can't deny me, right? Back to the Apple store, where again I'm told that I have to have a genius look at it because apparently nobody else can tell that chunks of it are peeling off. But they'd be with me in just like 5 to 10 minutes. 30 minutes later, Warren comes to talk to me. He is absolutely not my little friend Warren. Warren looks at the phone case and then starts to figure out how to do a warranty return. On the inside of Apple cases, it turns out there's a serial number printed, but it's very tiny and it's on that felty sort of fabric, so it's pretty close to impossible to read. He tries a bunch of combos and he keeps pulling the case close up to try to read it better, but can't quite get the system to recognize the number, even though he tries all these combinations. I held out my phone with the accessibility feature called Magnify turned on, and he looks at me and says, in the snottiest tone you can possibly imagine, "Your technology won't work for this. It doesn't work that way. You don't understand how it works." Excuse me? My technology? Well, I decided to take a picture anyway with the magnifier and make some suggestions. Maybe that's a T, not a 7, but it didn't get us anywhere. It did, of course, magnify just as it needed to. At some point, he decides he can bypass this step and he tells me, I can order you a new case. I explain that I'm not willing to wait for a new case, especially since I don't believe he can get the color that I had, as Apple changes the colors all the time. I tell him I'd like to take home one of the equivalent cases they're selling right there in the store. He says, no. By this time, I've been in the store for a full 45 minutes with no new case in sight. May I speak to a supervisor, please? Warren takes me to a supervisor who is clearly just starting a conversation with the customer. They're just beginning to take his iPad out of a box and they're looking at a receipt, and clearly this is going to take a while. After a few moments, I asked Warren, isn't there another supervisor available? Warren, again, in the most aggravating tone of voice I could imagine. Actually, I haven't fully really, it showed you exactly how this guy spoke, because he also spoke slowly. When I asked him, isn't there another supervisor available? He said, this is the supervisor we're going to talk to. I told him this was not the question I asked and that he should probably not try to push my buttons right now. He said if I talked to him like that again, he was going to report me. Good grief. I wish I'd gotten the manager's name who came into the story next. I'm going to call him Boss Man. I explained quite calmly what the issue was. Boss Man looks at the case and tells me that's not covered under warranty because the corners are cracked. I'm sure you can just imagine how this comment went over with me. I believe I said something along the lines of, yes, that's why I need to get it replaced. It cracked in normal usage. I take the phone out of the case from time to time. That's normal usage. Also, look, the bottom is peeling off. Bossman was insistent that it wasn't covered. At this point, the annoying Warren asks to see the case again. He peers very closely and he points to an itsy bitsy tiny little dent at the top of the corner. He goes, clearly you dropped it, so this is not covered. Wait, no, he said, clearly you dropped it and it's not covered. This was after a full hour of working with these people. Let's be clear, this is a $39 case. I've taken up not one, but two people's time during much of this. And remember, this is the second time I've done this. How much do you think it cost Apple to not replace my iPhone case under warranty? I left the store and I began my search again for a similar case. And this time I found it. I bought the Taurus Love Series case on Amazon for $14. Looks exactly like the Apple case without the logo and feels just as lovely as the Apple case did when it was new. It is not sticky, and the edges are not peeling off, and the corners are not cracked. Now, it's altogether possible that this case will get sticky and crack, but I will simply buy another one and have still saved money over buying another Apple case. I could nearly buy 3 of them. Now, I'll give one caveat on the Taurus case. I bought the midnight blue the first time, which on Amazon looks to be this really nice dark purple. But when I got it, it's more of a dark slate grayish blue. Now, I didn't favor that color at all because it wasn't distinguishable enough from Steve's black case. I showed Steve the case and he said he'd love to have it because guess what? His Apple case is getting sticky. Anyway, since Steve loved the slate blue case, I bought the red Taurus case, which was a bit more expensive at $18, and it is just as gorgeous of a candy apple red as it looks online. I love this case. My advice to you is to stay as far away from Apple's silicone iPhone cases unless you're willing to buy them a couple of times a year. I sent this article to a bunch of people, and so many people said, "Oh, yeah, that happened to mine. I just bought another one." Not going to do that. Do not expect Apple to honor this 1-year warranty. It is fictitious. Be happy, buy somewhere else. An Amazon affiliate link has, of course, been supplied for the far less expensive and yet just as lovely Taurus case I described. I did get a couple of comments on the blog post that went along with this, and my favorite, and I wish I could, it might have been Tim Jar because he always writes the funniest stuff, but I'm not sure it was him. Somebody said I should print this article out and wrap it around the phone case and mail the case to Tim Cook. Anyway, it's not worth making a federal case out of it, but it still annoyed me. All right. Pledge break.
Pledge
Are you
break.
awake, Steve?
What?
Drink. Did I miss anything in the chat room?
A lot of talk about the Mob Museum in Vegas. It's a place we need to visit next time we're there.
Do we?
Yes.
And I'm sure it was Sandy who suggested that, right?
Sandy, I think seconded it, but I think it was it Frank who brought up the Mob Museum?
Sounds like Frank.
And
I'm glad
by
to
the way,
know
they
that
have
you guys
incredible barbecue sauce there. I'll have you know.
just sauce, no meat.
No, Sandy did bring it up.
Oh, it was you, Sandy.
Yeah, it had to be. I mean,
All
she's
right.
from Vegas.
All right. Well, maybe we'll go there. Oh, you went to the Neon Museum. Nice, Brett. All right. There's only barbecue sauce though. That's odd.
So one thing about your post, I could not find a link to the Apple Care or Apple Card with Denise.
There is no blog post. There's no blog post.
Oh, it's
There
just
isn't
just
a
audio.
post. It is just audio.
Got it.
Yeah. That's why. So there will not, I'll put a chapter mark in a second, but I'm going to do a pledge break first. Here we go.
Pledge break.
All right. Let's see. Every once in a while, I like to remind you that a great way to support the Podfeed podcast is to donate to Bart rather than me. Bart puts in a massive amount of time reading security articles, figuring out the implications of what he learned. Okay, start that over. Every once in a while, I like to remind you that a great way to support the Podfeed podcast is to donate to Bart rather than me. Bart puts in a massive amount of time reading security articles, figuring out the implications of what he learns, then writing them up and teaching them to us. He keeps us safe and secure, and that's not even counting the work he puts into programming by stealth. If you're interested in supporting Bart, the best way to do it is to go to his podcast site, lets-talk.ie. And of course, there's a link in the show notes. There's a link in the podcast episode. You should be able to find it in there. And when you go there, you can choose a way to support him. He's got 2 big blue buttons that you cannot miss. One to support him via Patreon, which gives him a reliable revenue stream. Or if you prefer to do a lump sum donation, you can use his PayPal button. Now, he isn't trying to make a retirement plan out of the podcast work that he does. He just wants to make it where it doesn't cost him money to produce the fantastic work that he creates. I don't think it should cost him money, right? That's not good. Anyway, while you're there, check out his 2 podcasts, Let's Talk Apple and Let's Talk Photography. They are both fantastic. All right, now I got to remember to put that link in the chapter in the thing. All right, so I'm going to do a chapter mark.
Good.
Denise on Apple Card.
How long is this one?
Oh, it's long. It's awesome.
Is it enough or short enough you could play it, or
I can play some.
not the whole
We
thing?
got time, even with all this screwing around.
We got.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
no,
said
we're
this
good.
is like 20 minutes. Probably
Oh
can't
yeah,
play
no, I tried for 20 minutes. I think it's a lot longer than that. Let's see how
Oh.
long this show is going to be. I had another real long segment. Let's see. So we're at 26. Actually, I can ask this. It's still bringing it in. It is. That's long. Where'd it go?
It's there to the right.
Huh. I know. But usually you can see how long something is with the get info.
I'm trying to drag it over, but I can't.
Okay, well, hang on. I got to get it. Let me get it at the right spot there. Let's see. So 26, 55 to 55. What's 55 minus 26?
About 29.
29 minutes? Well, good. Let's go here. Come on. Go to there. Well, I'll make you go here. Go here. There you go.
Thanks, Frank.
All right. Let's see if this. What's that? He did the math on number. That's about what I was able to do.
I think it's Z.
My one of my worst problems in arithmetic is the number 8. There's an 8 in it. I just have no idea. Can't add, subtract an 8 to save my life. So I'm working with Forbes with some flashcards, just starting to teach him addition. And I show him like 1 + 1, and we discuss 1 + 1 becoming 2. We're counting napkins and stuff, and that goes pretty well. And I go 1 + 2, and he's like, he's getting the hang of that. We're getting into it. And then he turns the flashcard around, and there's an 8 plus something on the other side. And he goes, 8! Ah!
Wait, was that him or you?
That was him, and I had never explained it to him. So, all right, let's listen for a little bit here.
Okay.
Let's talk Apple and let's talk photography. They are both fantastic. Well, the entire internet seems to be a Twitter about the new Apple credit card, the Apple Card. And I've asked Denise to come on the show and talk to us about her experiences with it, because I am totally jealous I do not have one, Denise.
Hi, Allison. How are you? Yes, I am the proud card carrying owner of a new Apple Card. And let me tell you, you could use this thing as a weapon. It's the Ginsu knife of 2019.
Oh, that's right. I meant to introduce you as a card carrying Apple fangirl, because you are officially that now, right?
I am official.
I want to also give a shout out to Donna, who has been sending me, again, torturing me with jealousy, with pictures of hers and little video screens of animations of things that she experienced with her Apple Card. So I may throw in her experiences from time to time here. But here's an odd thing. Everybody I know personally who's gotten one is a woman. I think they're sending to women first, mostly.
Really?
Yeah, I just keep hearing women. I mean, there are
Interesting.
men on podcasts I've heard from time to time, but it's a lot of women. So I don't know. I self-select my listening anyway. So all right, so let's get right to the heart of this. Did you need a credit card, Denise?
I absolutely did not need a credit card. And the use case for this card, honestly, I figured out after I got the card. Um, I signed up for the card because Tim Cook told me to. And so I got on the wait list. And shockingly, I was on day 2. I think I got my announcement. So I attribute that to several factors. In the 80s, I worked at Apple for a brief time at One Infinite Loop, so I'm sure they remember me. I met Steve Jobs at a Halloween party when he was running Next, and I do spend a fair amount of time at the Apple Store. So somehow I got on the day 2 list, which was pretty exciting.
That trifecta, that must have been it, right?
The trifecta. I'm sure they remember me.
So it is a funny thing that Apple makes it, and if you aren't in the Apple reality distortion field, I don't think you understand that the cool factor is a huge part of it, right?
99% of it, because the card itself is not that amazing. The benefits aren't terribly exciting. There's I think some golf adventures that you can go on for a fee and some other things. But the things that I really care about are cash back and extended warranty. I really would have liked to have them do an extended warranty. I think that really would have cinched it for more people if they'd had that. But the funny part of it is the last time I got a credit card was when Costco switched from Amex to Visa. And I think it's Visa they went with. Let me look at it. Yep, it's Visa. And I had to fill out a whole clipboard of information in black pen. And I always thought, like, if they dropped that clipboard somewhere, some identity theft person could have had a ball because they asked everything. This is such a different experience because they asked me two things, two bits of information. My annual income, which on face in the Facebook group, Tim Jar had a funny comment that, oh, you have to give them all your income. And
Oh, that's right.
yes, I
Well,
probably do.
it was the way you stated it. You said, I had to give them my income. And he goes,
Income.
wow, I knew they cost a lot, but you had to give it all to them? I laughed my head off at that.
I'm
Was
sure they're coming for it any minute. And the other bit of information was the last four of my social security card. And and it's very fast, very, very fast.
Wait. Only the last four. They did
Just the
not ask
last
for the full
four.
social security number.
No, and I figured out why later. They already know that because I have a credit card in Apple Wallet and I have Apple Cash and they know my bank account and they have tons of information on me already.
But how?
Just
But they wouldn't get your last four of your social through those things.
no,
Like you say,
I had to give them
oh, I'm
that.
sorry, but they wouldn't have your full social security number. I mean, you have to give your social security number to get, do anything at the doctor's office. I mean, everything is on all the digits. That's weird. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't get a cell phone. Cannot get a cell phone account in the United States without giving them your social security number.
that is true. I had a brief dalliance with T-Mobile, and they did do a hard credit pull on me to get a T-Mobile phone or
Yeah, I
account
remember
that.
a 45-minute argument with a Verizon rep once because they wanted it for a MiFi. I'm like, why? But they do.
Yeah,
So that's interesting. Okay, so last for your social, all of your income, and
all
boom.
of my income. And then it tells you what limit they're going to assign you and what credit rate. And if you don't like those terms, you stop there and it doesn't affect your credit. If you go ahead and accept that, then the card is instantly activated. Your app comes alive with all kinds of things like ready to use. And then the next day I got a notification that the card was shipping,
Oh,
and so I
wow.
received the card 2 days later. And mine apparently took a direct path because Sandy mentioned on Facebook earlier today that hers is on a country tour of
Yeah, it's going to
the United.
Kentucky now. It went from
Yes.
California to Kentucky, and then it's going back to Nevada because it wanted a little vacation, little bluegrass or
Yeah.
something, a
It,
concert.
it
I don't know.
it's just weird. But anyway, I got it 2 days later. Um, the unboxing of it I thought was a really nice experience. It comes in a um, manila folder, like recycled paper, very earth friendly. And then you open up the interior folder and there's the card and there's a little tiny chip inside of it, a NFC chip, and you just hover your phone over this NFC chip and it activates in seconds.
Oh, wow.
And
No calling and
yeah,
talking to a human, huh?
no, you don't have to go to the web and type in /activate and enter a bunch of information. It's just instantaneous.
This is the
Which I
part that Donna sent me a video of that I was kind of confused by. It showed something, a thing coming up from the bottom of the screen, sort of like when you open your AirPods and it shows you the battery charge on those.
Yes, yeah. There's a little pop-up window that I can't remember exactly. I wasn't clever like Donna was to record it when it was happening. But there's a little pop-up that came in a whirly gig that said processing, and then it just said your card is activated.
She said that she did it several times because she did not catch it the first time. She said, I did it so many times it finally went, hey, look, it's already activated. Quit screwing around.
Yeah, it's so fast. If you blinked, you would miss it. It's that quick.
So it's kind of funny to think about being excited about opening an envelope, right? I mean, how many people are excited when their credit card comes? Woohoo! Usually it's like, ugh, now I gotta make
Right.
that phone call. I don't know why, but I hate that phone call. I'll leave my credit card sitting on the counter for 3 or 4 days, and finally Steve will go do it because I don't like doing it. It's like, why do I have to do that? You're the one who lost the number in the first place, not me.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I saw the FedEx truck pull up and I thought, it can only be one thing, my Apple Card. And I raced out and yanked it from his hand before he had a chance to sit it down.
You're certifiable. You make me sound like not a fanatic, you know?
Oh, says the woman who chased the UPS driver down the street for her iPhone.
No, that was not me. That was uh Katie Floyd. She was the one that was in the shower, and then and the UPS guy came and she wrapped herself in a towel and took. Okay, now I did almost run the FedEx guy off the road when he tried to leave my house after dropping $2,000 iPads off on my front doorstep on a day they said they weren't delivering it. That was me. But that was the
Yikes.
FedEx guy I was mad at. All right. So you activate it. You've got Magic NFC going on, and then now what's it like on the inside? I mean, running the? Is it all in wallet that you see these colors and stuff I've heard about?
Yes, yes, everything is in Wallet. It's a really beautifully designed app. I think that's part of what I do for a living is design user interface things, and they did an outstanding job.
So this was
The
really research.
Yeah, well, yes, it's for science, Allison, for science. Um, yeah, it's really beautiful. There's an image of the card, and the image changes color based on what your spending has been. So
Oh.
orange is eating out. Let's see, what else have I done? I went to a hotel to meet a friend for dinner. They turned that one green. So there are different colors for different things that you do, and that kind of helps you understand what your spending is.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
also,
I mean,
yeah,
is it gamifying? Like, okay, I want to make it be more orange than green.
no, but I think to me, it seems like a thing that would be really helpful for someone who's fairly new to credit. So if you're maybe just out of school and you're in your first job and this is your first credit card, that might help you make some informed decisions about, oh, I'm going to, bars and restaurants every night. Maybe I should knock it off.
Oh.
So I think the visual of it's kind of interesting. Right now, mine is equal thirds of red, green, and orange. And beneath that is your total balance and how much available credit you have. Next to that, there is the date that your payment is due, and you can click that and set up your automatic payment. You can pay it when you want to.
I gotta stop us, but how fun is this?
Yeah.
You see how we went?
Yeah.
What are you saying,
That's
Steve?
fun. Yeah, that's enjoyable. I want to hear the end of that.
Yeah,
So
we need to do a podcast together. I think.
I take it from what I've heard is she is enjoying the card.
Yeah, she's definitely
It's
having a blast.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, it doesn't stop being this much fun. It is fun all the way through. Like I said, she beat me to the punch by saying, "Yeah, we should." I just laughed my whole way through this. I loved every second of talking to her. So I think I'm gonna say that at the end here because I think we are gonna close this out because we're coming up on the 6 o'clock hour here.
Yes, we are. Don't want to keep people late.
Yep, nobody's staying late after class. Okay, here we go.
ERELLE.
All right, well, it's been too long. Come back again soon.
Okay, Allison, talk to you soon.
Oh my gosh, how fun was that? Denise beat me to the punch when we finished recording. She goes, "Oh man, I smiled the whole way through that." And that's exactly how I felt. My face hurt from laughing, enjoying talking to her. I think we got some actual content into the podcast, but it was just such a blast talking to her. I think we need to have her on more. Don't you guys think that? Anyway, that is going to wind us up for this week. Don't forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions by emailing me at podfeed.com. And I'm going to skip a bunch of stuff in here to make sure I get in before you guys all turn off the recording, because you never listen to the end of these things. There is no live show next week, but we will be back on target. I promise the week after. I don't think we have any other plans to be out of town between now and the end of the year. That, of course, will change. Anyway, if you want to have some fun with us, if you want to become a patron, go to podfeed.com/Patreon. You want to join our Facebook group, podfeed.com/Facebook. If you want to join Slack, a bunch of people coming into Slack right now, podfeed.com/Slack. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time, like Marty did for the first time this week, and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed. Boom. Shout out to Marty.
Good job.
Hey, my video doesn't look that bad now.
So
Did it heal itself?
Well, no, it's different behavior. So there's some jitter when you're moving around. Oh, wait a minute. Now it's fine.
It's fine now.
No, I just saw some jitter, but it's much better than it was on our previous recording. And I'm trying to recall what you changed. It's still jittery, but it's not delayed. Okay. The delay is not there, which is the most.
The delay is gone.
Part.
Okay,
right.
But did you say you could see the frame rate?
Yeah, I could see it before. I mean,
no, can you see a number, like you were saying, a specific frame rate?
Visually, I'm seeing your frame update once every half second. Now it's fine.
Okay, Sandy is saying much better sound, but Rick says it's not sounded good for the last 20 minutes. Sounds better right now. Motion's better, but the video's fuzzy.
Problems. I'm not sure they're necessarily related. One is the audio on Discord. The other is the video on YouTube.
I don't know. Let me check this audio. The friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed. Okay. I don't know that they are unrelated, guys. You're saying that, Rick. It seems to be happening together. Stay subscribed. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't say. I agree with Rick. They might be, but we're not sure.
I feel like it's something on my system, is what I think, because like right now I'm trying to select some audio, and it's jumpy. Trying to select.
Show us your iStat menu.
We've done that 100 times. It shows the same thing every time. Listening and stay subscribed.
Do you show a GPU as well as CPU?
Yeah, and I don't think the GPU is doing nothing.
Mine's pegged.
Yeah, mine's not. Your GPU is?
Yep. I'm wondering if there's a feature to enable
the GPU?
To help in the processing.
Where do you see the GPU? So I'm looking under, okay, that's CPU. Let's see, what's this? Here's read write kind of stuff. I got a big SSD. I got a terabyte free. Okay. 1.05 terabytes free. Where do you see the,
well, in iStat, CPU and GPU are both selected together, but you can choose to display only one. Are you displaying both?
I thought I was displaying both, but now my menu bar icons are actually spinning from time to time. Let's see. I don't think I can show you. Well, I can try this. Let's see if this works. Let me go to NDI. Let's see. Does NDI allow me to choose the Finder? Okay. So I'm now sharing the Finder, but I don't think that helps you see, like, go full screen on me.
I did.
That doesn't allow you to see. Your Discord window is still there.
It's distorted for some reason.
Okay. So that's not showing you my menu bar icon. So that's not helping. Let me put that back to Hindenburg. So I'm looking under CPU, and I see It's spinning. Like that shouldn't be. I call you terabyte and raise you 2 terabytes. Ooh, Marty. Well, so what I'm saying is I have a terabyte free. Okay. I'm not saying I have 1 terabyte. I have a terabyte free. I have a 2 terabyte drive with a 1 terabyte free.
So
what do you got, Marty?
What limitation, especially in, yeah.
Okay. So under CPU, I see a graph, and then I see user system idle. Shows a 4 cores. I'm sitting at about 85%. At 17% idle. CPU frequency. Hang on. Hello. CPU frequency 1.34 gigahertz.
Huh.
This is supposed to amp up to like 3 gigahertz when it's functioning.
The clock frequency.
Okay,
where are you seeing that? Oh, well,
my CPU core frequency.
So my core clock shows 1.15. The clock is
CPU frequency right under the CPU graph. What does it say?
I don't.
That
down below.
You don't see that?
Well, down below under Radeon Pro 580, it shows the. Oh, that's my.
No. I'm not talking about the GPU.
Card.
No, I'm talking about the.
I don't
right.
That.
So it's at the very top letters. It says CPU. Then there's a graph. Then it says user system idle. 3 numbers. The next thing says CPU frequency 1.4 gigahertz.
Yeah, mine doesn't show that.
That's it, you guys.
Well, take a picture of that.
I did. But I'm doing something else. Oh, it's not even hot. No, seriously. There's something else wrong. 1.4 gigahertz. That's bananas.
Can you take a screenshot of that?
Yeah, I said I did. Oh, maybe you didn't hear me. I was away from the mic. Yeah, that ain't right.
Show it to us.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we could do that. CPU frequency 1.34. So you know what I should do? Oh, now it says 2 gigahertz. It's going up. This is a 2.7 gigahertz. It's supposed to go to. So that would suggest thermal throttling.
It would.
But the temperature is only 147. That's not bad, right?
No. That's your CPU temp. Let me see what mine is.
By the way, I'm sitting here and it's gone to 2.4. Has my video gotten smoother?
Yes. My temp is 131, but I'm not transmitting anymore.
Wait, you aren't transmitting?
I mean,
what do you mean?
Oh yeah, I am. Right. We're still.
Yeah, you are.
We're still streaming. I've dropped a lot for some reason.
Okay, but this is smooth, right?
Yes.
How's my audio? Is it crackling right now? It's up to 2.4 gigahertz. So it's not crackling. The heck is going on? It's changing dramatically. But the CPU temperature went up and the frequency went up as well. So let me show you this one I just took.
What are you not doing now that you were before? Is there any change?
I'm not recording right this instant.
Okay. So can you just do a little test recording and see if that goes back up?
Sure. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan wrecking a perfectly good recording that we have on the podcast. Okay, so let me go see what it was looking at. It's down to 2.2. What did I just send it at? No, I didn't show you that one. Well, it looks like people are dropping off, but I think...
And you're recording with Hindenburg?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Why is this not... I keep pasting and it's not coming in. All right. Well, I think you and I are onto something here, but I think we're losing people.
Yeah, it's probably time we let them go.
There goes the audio. Okay, so it's now down to 2 gigahertz.
Are you recording?
No, I did. Okay, we should stop, but I think we're onto something. I definitely think it's my system. No, Hindenburg didn't crash. Stop it, Frank. All right, I think we should go. Is Rose still here? I don't see her.
Well,
she is where?
She's in the chat room, but not in the listen.
I don't see her there. Well, in any case, I'm going to kiss her goodbye anyway. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.